Hey everybody, and welcome back. My name is Sue and I'm from OML Embroidery, and I was just checking by wiggling my mouse. Everything looks fine, so we don't have a flashy. So that's good. It was a setting and hopefully I fixed it. So can you guys hear me okay? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good sound. All right, so Dawn says it sounds great, which I already know. So, are you guys ready for this class? Lila, you're going to love this, Lila. It's so much fun. Chris Yost, hello. Ronag, hello. Alicia, Misha, Muriel, hello. Yeah, no flashing. Oh, I was so upset after that. Yeah, kind of sucks. So, we're going to do something really cool today. Oh, Cindy King, hello. Hello to the OML gang. Yay, hello. Tori, hello. Hello, Tori. Welcome. Everybody, welcome. So what I'm going to try to do, I am not sure if I'm going to be successful, but I'm going to try to keep the classes a little bit shorter because people are only watching like 1/3 of it. So maybe it's too long. So I'm going to try. I don't know. I seem to be just programmed to do an hour, but let's see what I can do. So with that being said, let's go to our Christmas bells. So did you know I created the beautiful Christmas bells from a square? So the first one, square shape, remember it's an outline that I pulled out. It needed to be a little bit wider, so I just made it a little bit wider. Oh, there's a dog. Yeah, that's Odie. He's barking from under the covers. He's a dachshund, and dachshunds like to be warm and covered. And he just heard something and decided to bark from under the covers. If it's really serious, he'll poke his head out, but otherwise, nope, don't want to lose that warmth. So that's all I did to create the bells. So let's go through it. I decided maybe this will be helpful to mark the things that I'm going to do. So to create this curve here, we are going to add, just add a point. So we got to go into node mode. I almost messed it up there. Kind of in the middle, but it doesn't have to be in the middle, and they automatically come up with a curve, which is great. So we want this pulled in, and I'm not even doing any adjustments to the Bezier curves. It's, you know, about like this. And then this, we can't have it straight across. So here we're going to add another point as well. And we're just going to bend it just a little bit because we don't want it straight across. That's not going to look good at all. Hit apply, and there we go. So 1, 2, 3 points, that's it. Now that doesn't look like a bell yet, I get it. So let's keep working. Let's scroll down. Instead of going to the right, I did it scrolling down. So here's the second step. So we've got our kind of apple core shape with a rounded bottom, and we have to go back into node mode again, and node mode again. There we go. And we don't want these corners. What we do want is in the middle, we want a curve. So we're going to add another point, and really before we do anything, we're going to delete the corner point, and we're going to delete this point. And look at that. What does it look like? What does it look like? Looks like a bell. The arrow here is just to remind me that I thought the bell looked a little too long. You can leave it like that if you want, but I just moved it down to, you know, make it a little more round. So far, so how many did we add? 1, 2, 3, 4 points, and we deleted 2. So hopefully you guys are getting a little wow factor going on there. And we have a bell shape just like that. Bet you didn't think it was too easy. So easy. So now we got to add some details. So this is our bell shape. And what we're going to do, we got to add And I've been racking my mind to remember the clang or the noisy part at the bottom, whatever that's called. So we're going to add a circle at the top and a circle at the bottom, and then we're going to modify it. However, I always like to do things a little bit differently. So instead of doing a circle and us having to, you know, manipulate it. Clapper, thank you. How could I forget that? Clapper, clapper. Anyways, I'll probably forget it again. So let's move this circle out. It was just, you know, as a template. There we go. And this happens to be the letter C. Look at that in Arial. So just a plain C. And if you tuck it in there, look how perfect that looks. I think that looks better than this. It's just, you know, curved really nicely. I just love it. Now we are going to take this and we're going to just, for now, make it into fill stitch. I really don't want it blue, so it doesn't necessarily have to be gold, but I'm thinking that's, you know, cool. This has to go behind, so you need to change the sewing order of it to put it behind. But doesn't that C look perfect? Saves you like 5 minutes of work, because I mean, we could use this as a template and just put the steel stitch over it. That's fine, but I like how this curves and how it goes. So let's work on the clapper, clanger clapper, and remember this is supposed to be behind. I will move it after. So we want to just, we don't want the whole thing because it's coming out of the bottom. So we want to change it. Now you can't just squish it down like that because that doesn't look right. So let me undo that. We need to play around with some points. Or you can do it, you know, freehand. We're okay with that. So let's go to the complex fill, tatami fill, whatever you want. And what we're going to do is place a point here. And we're going to place a curved point here. And then a point here. And then we're going to go back to the beginning and press enter. And the angle's fine. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Now that doesn't look right. However, we can play with some Bezier curves. Do you see the Bezier curves if I pull it out? Now this is really good practice. You just grab it. See how it's rounding it out? Like this. And our funny shape is now a lot more rounded. Let's apply and you can see. There you go. So that's good practice for using your Bezier curves. And you know what? If it's too big, mine kind of is, you can just then move it down a little bit and move it up. And again, this has to, the clapper has to stitch first so we don't see the edges there. So moving right along, here we go. I was playing around with mine. I really do like the C better than the handle. So I used the circle and then I kind of played around with it and I was like, this one's perfect. The C is perfect. So I would do this and move it over. And I think that looks better. You can make it smaller. I used a mini font, so that's easy enough. So now we've got our bell, and you know what? It's cute enough like this. It's really cute. You don't even have to put the C on it, but it's a nice shortcut. It looks really cute like this, but I thought maybe we should dress it up a little bit. So I got busy with just some little things that you can do freehand. Remember, there are no, we're not using anything to go to do it. It's just, we're not using clip art or anything like that. I thought doing this part would be great. Just a little design on it. This is a highlight and I'm going to do it. And I just did all this freehand. So let me show you how I did the curve on that. Let me bring my other bell over so we can see. I did make it a little bit bigger because I was putting details in it. So let's focus right here. Let's move over a little bit. I think I have another design there. So far so good, right? It's 4 points, and there you go. So let's start with the design on the bell. And if you don't know, this is simply a motif in a slightly lighter yellow. So the bell is number 5 bright, and the motif stitches, I don't know why I had a hard time getting that out of my mouth, but there you go, is number 10. So just a slight difference. Now, how do you do this and save time? So this is grouped. I can tell it's grouped because all of the pieces are together. So I'm going to ungroup it. And I probably can't grab it, but did I? No, I grabbed the other one. Hold on. I just want to get rid of this. And I'm going to put my Cricut handle. It's a well-used bell back. So this is super easy to do this. Applique, yes, we can do this in applique, absolutely. And you can still do this design over the applique fabric, by the way, which is a really nice effect. So I'm going to copy and paste, and that puts a second bell over my first bell. And so everything matches up. You don't need to trace, you don't need to do anything. And then I'm going to switch it to a motif stitch. And ba-dum, you have a design. And well, you can't really see that one, but where's my list? There's my list. No, this one is the list. Thank you. So, should it be at the end? Complex fill? No. You know, you can rename these. I'm going to try to do that for next time because I have so many designs on my screen, it's sometimes hard to find them. So let's make this just a bright color just for now so you guys can see. Now that also looks good, except it's kind of flat. So I'm going to click here on the dimensional, and that'll give us more of a feeling of, you know, texture and the whole bit. And that looks actually kind of cute. I really like the satin stitches of this one, and it's just a motif. I like to play a lot, if you didn't know. Now it's easier to find because I changed the color. I like to play. Some of them looked good, some of them just seriously didn't. Now here's the one I was thinking Christmassy. So yeah, I thought that looked great, and I also put the dimensional on it. Doesn't that look great like that? I mean, not so much with the color, but I thought that was fantastic. Now, the other thing about our bell is I thought it would be cool to have a highlight on it. Just, you know, to look good. Now, how I figured out the curve is because if you look at a bell and look at a picture, if you have one on your desk to ring for your husband for service, sorry, then you can see it's bigger and it goes in and out. And that is how I created this shape. So let me show you in running stitches. So it just went here and just a slight curve, and another slight curve kind of at the bottom, and then end. And that's basically not a curve right there. Hold on, hold the phone. I should have put this one to a curve. So smooth. There we go. Much better, thank you. So that is a bit pronounced, but you can see that that's what I did. Just a little bit of a curve on it. I may have a bell, but my husband has selective hearing. Yeah, don't they all? So this is the bell. The highlight is easy to do. Now I did it in satin stitches, and honestly I just kind of did it by freehand, and I went, oh, that looks really good, and I just left it. So I thought it was cool. So start from, you know, the bottom maybe, and let's see if I picked the right one. Did I? I did. Yay. And we want it to be, you know, a little tapered probably, and it's off to the side. So we're saying that the sunshine is shining on this part of the bell, and it's a nice shiny bell. So it's beautiful. Now you can adjust these later if you're having problems with doing these kind of satin stitches that have different parts. Just get it down as best as you can, even if you're not especially if you're not crossing the lines. So I just did that kind of rough, and I'm going to move this over here, and we're going to fix it. So it just helps you get going on, you know, using the proper satin stitches. So we want this up a little bit, and that's the angle, so that'll change, but we want the actual node up a little bit. Now hit apply, and see, we've got our first part of the curve. Now these, remember, are the angle lines, so I'm just gonna move them up so you guys can see. Part of the problem is that I needed to do smooth instead of straight points, so we want it to curve a little bit. Of course, purple isn't the right color, so yeah, did I not click on it? My eyes are tired today. Smooth, there we go. So now we can bend and we can move it a little bit just to refine the shape, because we already have it set up for us. So it's just a matter of playing around, but the more you play around with these satin stitches, the better it's gonna look. Now that looks like a leg or something, so I kind of need to swerve it this way. So I need to turn that one into a curve, and probably I'll select both, and I probably got the if you select both, then you see the whole thing goes over, and it's much easier to get that slight bend in it. See how easy that is? It's just a little bit of practice to do it. Now it needs to be thinner, and we need to fix this edge here to make it thinner, to end thinner. But it's just fiddly, but keep working on your satin stitches. Okay, so the middle part has to be fixed. You guys get the idea, right? It's easy enough, just a slight curve and tapered at the edge. If you notice on the first bell that I did, the curve starts right here, because that's where I imagined the curve of the bell would be. So that's why it curves and then slightly up and around. And I think that added a lot to it, but I thought, I don't really like the edge here. So again, this is grouped. This is a motif stitch, and I thought, oh, I just want it to look a little worn at the edges, sort of thing. And you don't want to ever overdo it with motif stitches, but you know, a little bit goes a long way. So I did 1 point, and I did a center point, because remember, this isn't straight across, and there we go, and that's a good start. I'm going to leave it in red, but I'm going to move it to black. Never mind. So now we're going to change it to motif, and I just kind of picked a scratchy one, if that makes sense. So all the lines are just scratched around. I think this one might be it. Hit apply. That is not it. That is not the droid I was looking for. I have tons of them because I have all the programs. So if you know what I mean about a scratchy one, I also think just about anything would look good. You might have to resize them a little bit because that, you know, doesn't look the greatest, but play around. And bat start. No, I don't think my bat motifs, although bats go with everything. Make it a Halloween bell if there is such a thing. I don't know if this would look good. Maybe that could be a design on the bell. It's a Christmas kind of design. I kind of like it. Not as much as the one that I picked, but goodness knows it could be anywhere. And I don't see it, but you guys get the idea. Ooh, this would look cute too. How about this one? Yeah, just stars, just make it smaller, make it fit. I think that would be cool. That would work too. Looks like a feather stitch, but a simple zigzag would look good too. Yeah, absolutely. You could do anything like that. I just wanted to give it a slight worn look on it, and I thought, yeah, that would be cool. Now I'm going to change this to the light and see how that looks. Just a little bit different. I think that looks good. I do like this better. I think it was the arrows, but you know, try something new. Then here's what you can do. Look what I did here. So I finished the bell and I saved it. So it's all the things that you guys saw. Instead of having it straight though, I took it, and you're going to need to group it, of course. And then I just kind of put it on an angle. This is how easy this is to make a beautiful design. So I put it on an angle, and I thought the shape in between here was pretty. And then I grouped it so I don't have to mess around with everything. And we're going to do a copy, and we're going to do a paste, and I mean, you could do a border like this as well, but let's flip it and then move it apart. And then instead of messing with, oh, I should be moving this up, I should be moving this down, I want them exact. So use the tools that you have right here. So you want the tops or the bottoms to be the same, or you can go through the middle. Sometimes that moves everything, so it really depends. So I have them just about right, but that's a faster way of doing it. You don't, you know, you don't mess around with it. And then I thought a bow, wouldn't that be cute? And the bows are up here in the symbols, because I was looking around. You can see where I grab all the arrows and stuff. These are so cute, and we've played around with the bow and changed the colors. I almost did a daisy, or the Christmas tree is really cute, but I was trying to keep traditional. There's a present somewhere in here as well, which is so cute. I like this, whatever this is, pinwheel. Look at the present. Isn't that awesome? I don't know if a present would be holding two bells together, but there we go. And then you just pull it out and let go. And how cute is that? Oh, I just clicked on another one. Click on another one. Don't forget to change your tools after. However, we can put more bows on it because I think that would also look cute. Now we don't want to cover the handle too much because I think it will not look good because it's satin stitches. So I played around with the colors. The bells would be pretty as freestanding lace. Okay, let's do that. Oh, wait a minute, it's already done. There we go. I had so much fun playing around with freestanding lace. Did you like how I was prepared for that this time? So I don't really like the bow. I just used everything that, like the shapes. This isn't my shape, although it would be super easy to go back and use my own shape. So these are the frames that come with the lace maker, my lace maker. And then I just went through and I picked some designs and I changed them green and red, and literally it took me 5 minutes to do this. Now this would not stitch out in all one design, but it's okay. So let's zoom right in here. You can see the wonderful mesh that gets put on it, and these are all built in, so literally you can do it quickly. And I had so much fun. I really like the bells that I did. I thought this was really pretty having the two, and in fact I like the shape of my bell from a square better than this one, because this one has a little more, you know, texture and flow to it than this one. I mean, this is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. I think this one looks better though. And then I kept having fun because this is why I have the software. And I quickly made a word art thing. It's, what's it called? Font? No. Text. Bubble text. So I couldn't find a bell, so I picked a candy cane and I put all of our, you know, active words in it. So happy, digitizing, OML, stitching, gang, joy, Christmas, what else? Team. And I just thought I picked some colors and I thought that would just be fun to show you guys. And of course, variegated thread on the outside. I just thought it was fun, and I would probably do this as, well, you could just stitch it on something. That would be just as much fun. But I'm always trying to show you guys how great the freestanding lace is. So we have a couple of minutes, so if you guys would like, I can show you how I put this together. I'm going to remove that bow because I really don't like it, if you would like me to show that to you guys. So I have it over here on the right, far to the right, and it says put a loop on it. Yep, I can. And we're going to go to lace frames, and there's a huge selection of them. So you can pick anything you want. I went straight for the holiday. Look, you could do a freestanding lace beard. And a bow, and there's just so much. But let's pick the bell and click OK. I think a mitten would look cute too. Move you up a little bit. I have had difficulty. There we go. Move it up, and I'm just going to leave it how it is. Now, it's an outline, so we want to change it to something, right? So we're gonna do, actually it's over here. Whoops, old habits, old habits. We're going to go right here and hit the little arrow that's here. This is why it's so handy. Lace, grid, and border, and change the color to yellow. And boom, you have a bell. Just like that, you have a bell. Now, I always make the outside a little bit, like the satin stitches, a little bit wider because I just think it needs it. So I usually put it to a 4, and it's easier to change that now than later. Now, look, we've got a beautiful mesh here. And then all you have to do, isn't that gorgeous? Then all you have to do, I really see Darth Vader in that shape. Well, you can roll with that as well. Just click on it, and this is where I got all of the beautiful designs. So you can, it takes forever to look through them. I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you, it takes forever to look through them because they're all so beautiful. So these are flowers, classic lace. Paisley is kind of nice, they're bigger. This is what I had fun with. So I picked Snowflake and bring it in. and it goes over there, but that's okay. And boom, you have freestanding lace just like that. I'm going to change the color to something bright, and there you go. That is how easy it is to do with my lace maker. And it'll stitch out wonderfully. You can change stuff because we have the tool shed and I have PEP. You can change it. We can make it a single grid if you want it to be less dense. See, that changes the whole thing. You could make it really dense if you want it. Now, the other thing you can do, because I have both of the software, I can go into node mode, and it's just like anything else, and I can take these ones and delete them, and this one I missed it, and delete it. Hello, delete. It's not gonna. Alright, well, stop it. Stop it. I don't know why it won't let me delete that. I guess because it's all planned out. There we go. Alright, well, we can straighten that out. Hit apply, and now we have our hanger. Obviously, I have to fix this. Is there any FSL lessons not using my lace maker? There sure are. There's lots that it shows you. All you have to do is the shape, which we have been using for everything. Like, for example, you can make your bell shape, save it, call it up anytime that you want. Have maybe your own clip art. Are these designs in the lace program? Yep, all of this is the lace. I access the lace program over here on the right. It's right here at the bottom. So these are all the add-ons. So, but all you have to do is a nice satin stitch outline, but first you have to do this grid. And I think there's two videos, one full class in Hatch, and I know Lila, for example, watched it, and she creates her own freestanding lace all the time, every day almost. So yeah, so I had lots of fun. I kind of thought this would be really cute on just about anything. So I really like the bells with a little bit of texture in it and a little bit of shading and highlighting. I think they look really good. The shape is elegant. And, you know, I really like the freestanding lace bells too. I must stitch one out. So there you go. That is how easy it is to do a bell with a little highlight that you can practice your satin stitches with four, count them, 4 added points and 2 deleted points. So we went from this to this beautiful bell over here. Isn't that cool? So, oh, and the letter C. We need a letter C. So, if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I have to post my first bell in the group. Yes, Lila has been having so much fun with the lace, because once you get the hang of it, it's not that hard to do. You just got to make sure you do the mesh in a certain way. And I'll tell you right straight up, you can't use a motif stitch for the mesh. It has to go a certain way. So make sure that you watch the class, and it's a full hour-long class, and it's just basic, and you can go from there just like Lila did. We enjoy seeing your work, by the way, Lila. They're gorgeous. It's awesome. Now to get the Christmas sewing down so I can play with this. Thank you. You're very welcome. I'd love to see your refined bell shapes. So if it would help, I can take a screenshot of this, because it's kind of self-explanatory to remind you guys how to make the bell shape, but there really wasn't any moves to it. It's easier than you think to create your own embroidery art. One thing that I've said is that when you use your own and you do it from shapes, yours isn't going to be the same as mine. And so it becomes original artwork, and you can very proudly say, I digitized this myself. You don't have to tell anybody that it started off as a square and ended up in a beautiful bell shape. So I would literally put this on a new document and I would save it in my, I call it Sue's clip art. So different shapes, different little bits that we created, you know, all along in these classes. We're up to 49, I think, by the way. I saved them all so I can reuse them. Lila, thank you. My cat is whining for bubbles. Well, there you go. Fun. My wiener was barking, so I guess, I don't know who wins that one. He put himself back under the covers, so all is quiet. So give it a go. Let me know in the comments afterwards if you guys want this just posted as a document, just to, maybe you could bring it behind, bring it into whatever embroidery software you're using and just help you get through it. So let me know that. And I managed to do it a little bit shorter, so hopefully people will get watching these videos, because it's amazing what you can do with shapes, and I think everybody should watch them who's a digitizer, because it's so much easier. To me, it's so much easier, and you kind of get your mind, the more you do it, the more your mind, oh, I can take that, that's just two curved points and a straight point, that sort of thing. So it's very helpful, and as always, you don't have to pay anyone to create your designs. You can do it yourself. So I look forward to seeing what you guys do. We've got a Saturday sew along and a Sunday sew along, and we're gonna again do the we want to get the sweet pea quilt done in time, so in time for Christmas, so we're gonna do 2 of them, and we'll probably do Mr. and Mrs. Claus for them, but I will get it posted and let you guys know. So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you guys are happy with creating a beautiful bell shape from a square, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.